Another guy, Jeremy, I wanted to touch base on at the major league level, who I think is making strong progress, Zebby Matthews. So let me just rattle through some numbers here real quick. 9 starts so far this year. Has currently accrued 1.1 F WAR. So if he pitched a full season at his current pace, he's on pace for about 3.5 WAR. 16 starters eclipse that in 2024. And I think it's worth calling that out because there's a massive discrepancy between his ERA and his FIP and his xFIP. His ERA is 5.11 at the moment. His xFIP's 2.95. He has a 30% strikeout rate. If he was qualified, that would rank 5th in baseball behind Zach Wheeler, Tariq Skubal, Garrett Crochet, and Dylan Cease. And he has a 5.8% walk rate, which would be 12th in baseball, right behind Jacob deGrom. Now, I'm not saying, for the record, that Zebby Matthews is going to be a superstar, but do we think maybe the progress he's made has flown a little bit under the radar because his back of the baseball card numbers aren't that exciting? And do we think he's maybe taking a leap to someone who can be your kind of number 3 guy behind Pablo and Joe Ryan, assuming those guys aren't traded? And I'm leaving Bailey Ober to the side just for now because his performance has been so up and down. What do you make of Matthews' progress?
Yeah, I think, based on what we've seen, you could dream on him still being a front end type. Joe Ryan spent some time as like the back end and then the mid rotation, and just that trajectory was always kind of promising. And I think that's kind of what Matthews is on. And if he develops into, and like we talk about a lot about being a playoff caliber starter, right?
Yep.
So a guy that you can give a ball to, you're going to have 3 starters in the playoffs if the Twins ever make it back there, or if they're just going to be the Pirates. But I think it's fair to say that he could certainly slot in as a number 3. He'd be the best number 4 in baseball if that's where he was long term. But I think it would be unfair to cap him at that and not say that he could be, a co-ace eventually, right? Mm-hmm. Struck out 9 in his last game. He's not walking anybody. The home runs in Yankee Stadium happen. But I think it's totally fair to say that his ceiling is high, and I mean, he's going to be relatively cheap for the next handful of years too. So he's going to fit in exactly to what the Twins are trying to do.
Did you watch the Yankee start by any chance?
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah. I think I tweeted something out in the middle of that just around like being more convinced that he's going to be that guy even after he had given up 3 solo home runs in like 3 innings. I think he had 18 whiffs in that game. Mm-hmm. And like, as you pointed out, the clear area of not weakness, opportunity, right, is you cannot leave anything. You cannot leak pitches out over the plate like he does. Like if you throw a 98 mile per hour fastball to Aaron Judge or Giancarlo Stanton right down the pipe, they're gonna swat it 150 feet in Yankee Stadium for a home run or however far that fence is. But I don't know, man. I really feel like he kind of has the ingredients if he can tighten up especially like the fastball command just a little bit more.